Drifters, good evening, good morning, whenever you're listening to this, it doesn't really matter. Just me for this pre-podcast, I guess, read for you because my good mate Declan, as you'll soon hear, he's over in Japan just gallivanting around, living his best life, not really seeing it too many Japanese ponies, which is a shame, but, you know, you get that on the big jobs. Now, I come here to talk to you prior to this award-winning podcast to say, if you're having a bet this weekend, do it with the good people at Ned's. What are you doing? Come on, Team Orange all the way, baby. And the Brisbane Winter Carnival is just kicking off. So you get to do all that good, weird, and frankly, sensational weird stuff that you like to with the good people at Ned's. You can have the same race multis. You can get weird and exotic with every sort of exotic play that you like. On the nose, each way, quinellas, trifectas, first four, whatever you hope to do. And of course, you can follow each other on the Ned's profiles as well. It's really sensational stuff. But what are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Mr. Brightside wins the Mont and wins again. Zardozi wins the Oaks for J-Mac. The photo finish. Mr. Brightside or Romantic Warrior.
The mare's going. Great guns. Fangirl. Look at her go. Fangirl.
Imperatrice has got her. And raced on by Imperatrice by a length.
Overpass. More Baker's Delight in Perth.
Radina just won it, I'd say. Tom Kedden won the spring champion in a cakewalk.
Without a fight, won the Caulfield Cup.
Drifters, I'm joined by one sleepy boy. This is what he's doing for you, all right?
Oh.
Straight in from Japan.
Yeah.
In here.
Tokyo. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, look, the Drifters deserve it, you know. They deserve it. Yeah, Drifters, overnight flight from Tokyo to Brisbane. It's currently, like 8:30?
Yeah.
a.m.
Chilly.
Yeah. So, 9-hour flight or whatever it is. I haven't slept for a long time, so I am absolutely cooked. If I talk absolute dross on this podcast, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, but Japan was good fun.
Yeah, how was the sumo wrestling over there?
Sick. It was fun. Yeah, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah,
it's so they do this full. So there might be 40 or 50 fights on the day, and it's it'll go for 15 days, and then they won't do it again for a few months. But there's a whole lead up to each one of the fights. Like they have to salt bay the ring to purify it.
Okay.
So we're talking about the different techniques that people have,
mate.
Salt bay. There was some NBA shooting. There was the old underhanded.
Mate, might do that when I go to the track and I'm on a losing streak.
Yeah,
purify it.
I need to purify the track. That's a good point. I need to purify myself. Just pour salt on my head. And they'll drink some this special soup stuff. So it's all really traditional, and that can take 5 minutes.
Okay,
and then they'll sumo fight, and it'll be over in 4 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Literally. So it's like an NFL game. There's not much time when the ball's actually in play, but it was awesome, really fun. Mate, Tokyo, I haven't been to Japan before. I don't know if you've been, Drifters, but best city I've been to, easily. Just so big, but so clean and quiet, and everything just seemed to be like a well-oiled machine. Heaps going on, but at the same time, I never felt overwhelmed. Definitely recommend. It was so much fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Really fun.
Might have to duck over there for a business trip one day.
Yeah, look, Japan Cup could be on the cards.
I love my Japanese horses.
Mate, the Japanese love horses, not only for punting, but also for eating.
Oh, really?
Horse sashimi's a thing.
Oof, did you have any?
No way. That'd be sacrilege, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to purify my intestines. Although I did visit the Colonel yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had some Japanese K-fry. They don't have a zinger box, so immediately it's downgraded in my books. But they have a spicy chicken burger, which is just a normal KFC burger with a spicy sauce. delish.
Okay. All right.
Delish. But yeah, it was heaps of fun. I'm absolutely destroyed. And yeah.
Well, hopefully I can lift your spirits because what I've been doing this morning, because you're 2 hours ahead of schedule.
I've just got complete, no idea what time it is anywhere.
Well, it is a bit windy, but maybe you had a tail breeze in,
Yes.
so ahead of schedule, which is always good when you're flying.
When when you come in from international flights and you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to land at like 8:30. By the time I get off the tarmac and customs and all that sort of stuff, I was like, look, it's probably going to be like after 9 and then get picked up, get to your place, will be close to 10. I was so off the mark there.
It's fine.
We're here.
It's fine.
We're here.
So what have I been doing? I've been watching the golf this morning.
Yeah, okay.
PGA Championships, one of the 4 majors happening, right?
Criminal.
Happens at it's at course in Kentucky this year.
Yeah.
All the holes are named after famous things that have happened in Kentucky, right? So it's either whiskey or horses, basically.
Sick.
Or Muhammad Ali. There's like floats like a butterfly, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the guys that I chose for your Masters, like pick Thigala, going on one of the great runs.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. Like if it was like my picks for you, like Victor Hovland, Thigala and stuff, they're
All
like,
10 off.
all like top 3 at the moment. It's crazy.
You're kidding.
Anyway, so he's lining up over going for his 4th birdie in a row, right? And the announcers are like, US announcers, of course. They're like, so he's going for one better than a trifecta. And then this Aussie announcer just comes in over the top of him, quadrella. It's just like, I found it so funny because it's like the Aussie's just like, nah, mate, it's a quadrella, all right?
One more than a trifecta. What is that?
Yeah, he's like, well, you can't say first 4. That wouldn't make any sense. But he just came in quadrella. So funny. And then it's like when they were talking about like, he goes like, this same announcer, he's does it for the Masters. If you heard him, you'd know him if you watch your golf. But he goes like, yeah, Kentucky, the purity of the waters, why the whiskey's so good here. And apparently, yeah, home horse racing here in the US, and the quality of water, the grass is better, so the horses love it a bit more. So it's like he wasn't talking about any golf.
This man is one of us.
Yeah.
One of us. He's a drifter.
Yeah, he is. I loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler, he's criminal now.
My God. It was...
That's one of the most bizarre things I've ever read in my life.
I was trying to... Because I was watching Magic Round. It's all happening, right? And because your boy's bedtime is about 8 p.m, right? But on a Friday and a Saturday night, depending on who's playing,
might push it out a little bit.
I do push it out. But as I was turning the TV off, I was like, I'll go for one last scroll on Instagram. And I saw like Scotty Scheffler arrested. I was like, hang on. I was like, what's going on here? Turned on the golf and they were basically going play by play what was happening. I'm like, you're kidding me.
And isn't he a religious man? A man of God?
Like big time.
Yeah.
So one of the most bizarre kind of accounts that I can see, but apparently he's going like he's shit the bed today, so he's not going to win. But he, so he's going to have to front up to like the local court Tuesday morning. Crazy.
This is bizarre.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I saw is that the Lions just decided to score so many goals.
Mate, so half their side under 50 games experience, and like I'd say like 6 or more would be under 10 games. Mate, it was a training run, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Richmond must be terrible.
they are, but they still have such good players in there. Like Dusty's so far past it.
With all due respect.
No, mate, he needs to do nothing more. This is what he'll do, right? He'll play his 300th game and he'll pull a pin.
Yeah.
100%. He's not interested, man. He's not chasing. He doesn't kick the footy anymore. He just handballs it.
He doesn't want to be there.
No.
Bro's only interested if it's a grand final.
Yeah. 100%. Dion Prestia, like his hamstrings are worse than Turbo's.
Wow.
Like they are hanging on by a thread.
Literally violins.
He can kick it like 30 meters, basically.
So he's taking set shots from the goal square.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah. Like Tom Lynchip was out, so I'm assuming he's injured. But like all their like Broad and all their decent players just like they just suck now. They're just
stinking
old.
it up, yeah.
And it's like their young fellas are no good either. So like their percentage is on par with North Melbourne now. So they're in spoon territory and like, so that's a 90-point loss against Western Bulldogs last week, and then 119 or whatever it was last night.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
So, yeah, couldn't have happened to a better supporter group.
Yes, it's all happening, isn't it?
So yeah. Well, let's get on to some horse racing. That's what we're here to talk about. Now, the Drifters do have some questions, but before we get into that, let's dissect the Doom of 10,000.
Yeah.
Soft 7.
Uh-huh.
I said no worse than a 7. It was a 7. Rail was off, definitely. Middle of the track was the place to be. Bella, just tenacious, mate. She's a bloody good horse when it comes to being on with some cut out of the ground.
Yeah, gets a toe on the ground. She's a different pony. She has a race like this in her every prep.
Victoria, Sydney, WA, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Like she can do it everywhere. Mate,
Yeah.
they were saying in the broadcast yesterday, I think Emma Freedman said it. I'm like, that is a great point. She would be the perfect horse to take that Royal Ascot.
Yeah.
Because she can handle the travel.
Yeah. Very experienced.
Yeah.
Like she rarely runs a race where you're like, oh, she was shit.
Yeah.
Like she might miss a placing sometimes, but she's never poor.
No, she's within 3 lengths.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's like typically in those runs, it's on top of the ground, which clearly she's had she have probably close to 15 career starts at Group 1 level,
Yeah.
1-2 now, both of them on rain-affected ground. Look at Espion. Oh,
Espion. Oh,
honestly,
that's
mate,
disgusting, isn't it?
that's the worst. That's one of the worst it's been.
Disgusting.
She's literally looking at the crowd.
Yeah. She's not a betting prospect for me.
Mate, you know who's not a betting prospect for me? I wish I win.
Yeah.
At $2, mate. $2, and then what was he in the... He was, what, $4 in the Everest. He was $4 in the TJ first up. You're just never going to get a price for this horse ever again. And why would I, when he hasn't won for over a year now, why would I dive into him as a betting prospect?
He's my on top selection, but there's no way in hell I was ever going to bet on him. Well, your boy recently said he can run on a bit.
Yeah.
I recently said that.
Well, when we were doing our top 5 horses in the country, we deliberately left him out because we never see him.
Never see him. And he's had 2 massive wins in Australia. Like in 2 of the biggest races we have. The Golden Eagle and the TJ. But his in both those races was double figures. So like he wasn't expected to win them. And then every other time he's raced, it's like he's been expected to win, and he hasn't. Yeah, hasn't won in over 12 months, mate. Like still, like if he ran, half a length faster, he wins that race. And you're like, oh, sick, Group 1, whatever. But I just don't think he's that much better than the rest of our sprinters.
No.
Like he's like he kicks better than him.
He kick better than I should win.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, from well,
100% is.
yeah, okay.
He's a much better betting prospect. He's more versatile.
Yeah.
He races more often. Well, except for the last. But
months, yeah.
like he's makes me so much more confident.
Yeah.
Kick.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Thomas, I always forget how you pronounce your name. Sorry, bro. Thomas Robson. Is Chain of Lightning...
Thomas Robson. Is Robson hard to pronounce?
No, just his username's confusing. He asks, Chain of Lightning no chop for Ascot unless it's a bog or a statement, but probably. Like, the thing with her is like, she won probably one of the lowest rating TJs in recent memory. And it kind of represents where our sprinting ranks are at.
She won that TJ and she's done nothing else apart from that, like at the elite level.
Oh,
she's failed.
Against the boys, yeah.
Yeah, she's failed every single start except for that. So, like, people are expecting her to all of a sudden be a world beater?
Yeah, no.
Fuck no.
No way.
No. Do you know who I think's a laughing stock now? Private Eye. He's a laughing stock. He's always in the market. And every single time people make a case for him.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, so he's not better than any of these though.
No, he's not. Yeah, at the sprinting, like he's similar to Bella.
Yeah,
like he'll win a lead up run, or like, go close in a grand final. Is this grand final? Don't know.
I think the goalpost moved for that horse a fair bit, just depending on how Joe Pride feels. Steffi Magnetica was good.
She was. She's through the line there too. So if she heads to a Tiara or something,
yeah,
fascinating.
She's smart filly.
Well, apparently that's where Bella's going now.
Tiara.
Yeah. Kieran Maher said that on the Channel 7 coverage. She's like, oh, we might freshen her up. And she's going so well. She's in the twilight of her career. We'll go to the Tiara. Imagine all the connections there. Go away. She's doing this against like the boys. Imagine what she'd do against girls.
Yeah.
Probably run third. Like, that's Bella Nipotina though.
She's not
like...
She's got one of these. She's got one of these in her every prep, and if you want to back her every single start, each prep to land her on this particular time that she wins, like good on you. But I'm not doing that.
No,
and that's Espiona as well.
Well, like, let's rewatch this. Like the entire length of straight. Nash gave her a good ride. Like, Blendy did great. I was like, I'm better here.
Yeah,
because I did have Espiona on top, but Look at her head coverage. It is the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, imagine her, right? Going against, like, we've seen her absolutely towel up, in lesser grade at Flemington and down south. But imagine her in like a William Reid and that sort of thing. She'd run a great race.
She didn't stick to that way of going anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Just needs to do it.
Yeah. Lachlan Tognello, can Espiona please sort her shit out? Run in a straight line, please. I agree. But you know what you're signing up for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you made the point about Tannhauser. Tell you what, that gelding operation's worked.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
He's this was a really smart win.
Yeah.
Really smart.
Oh, yeah, it was good. He's shown enough of that. So as a colt, and the geldings are smartening him up a little bit, but he's a Derby horse. We spoke about him being a Derby horse because we're better.
Autumn Angel was good here as well.
Yeah, she was great.
There was a moment where I thought she was just going to zoom past, but then Tannhauser just picks up again. And it's like that. If you're on Autumn Angel, like that's exactly the return from that freshen up that you want to see. But you don't often see like a 4 or 5 week gelding in the middle of preparation. So I love to see that. And clearly the horse has responded to it.
Yeah, clearly has.
So if you're going to do that, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, 100%.
Other races on the card, Paracel just
gross.
No good. Yeah, she was no good. The other one as well, Angel Capital. So
what happened in that race?
Can show you the replay. Just about a 4 or 5 start maiden in Bitter Creek, one for Lee Corstens. So I think it's back here, Angel Capital. It's the second last. It ran on fine, but it was just this 2-year-old picture. There's usually something that really jumps out of the ground for me.
Yeah,
late. So it is a race that really does develop quite late on, but yeah, I don't think my gut feeling is at this stage that none of these are really going to feature in the JJ, and it is only 1,200 meters as well.
Yeah.
So
the way Clinton McDonald's talking about Angel Capital is the best horse he's ever trained.
Well, this is it down the outside here. So I think it does its best work laid, but potentially first time on the Sydney leg, like
Yeah, it didn't look comfortable.
good through the line.
Yeah.
But just way too far back at Doomben. It's not the place where you want to be.
Not at all.
Ride of the day for me. Oh, after you hung up, I said lay of the day was Gringotts, wins by 4. He absolutely,
Mate,
towed him up.
if I knew he was racing, because I didn't look at the entire form guide, if I knew he was racing, I would have backed him for sure.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good horse.
Jamie Carr said as much, basically. Like, did some track work on him early in the prep. She's like, Kieran, who is this thing?
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, he's come of age.
Yeah.
Gringotts. But that was his only second try at the mile. That's why I was pretty hard against him, because he didn't look that convincing in the Tamworth Cup or whatever he won start prior. And he's had one try at the mile and he fell in. So, but mate, have a look at this. You tell me how J-Max got this thing to win. And this is another one that I highlighted during the week, that Spirit Ridge, first win in 69 weeks.
So what are we watching here? Gringotts or?
No, this is Spirit Ridge. So this one here. J-Mac somehow gets this thing to win. He's good, isn't he?
He just finds a way.
I'll get Gringotts up for you though.
He just finds a way to lift him over the line. It's a J-Mac factor.
Mate, it is. Territory Express was backed. My on top selection. Too far back, the Territory, and I have a feeling the wet ground found him out as well. But Gringotts just loomed up. I was worried a long way out from home. Yeah, just far better than these.
Yeah, that's a shellacking.
Yeah, it's a convincing win. That's how you want them to win at $2. So,
Oh yeah, 100%.
all right. So the map gets her entry into the Melbourne Cup, winning the Andrew Ramsden as well.
Yep.
One question from one Craig Sneesby. Can you change the official sponsor of the podcast to Sumobet? Now, we won't be doing that, Craig.
So we won't be doing that. But there was a business idea that was being hatched over in Japan when we were sitting at Sumo, wondering why the fuck you couldn't bet on this thing. And then we thought, it would be a great name for a betting application. Sumobet. Sumobet. Trademarking it. If I see it pop up anywhere, Drifters, I'm coming for you.
Now, Marcus Williams, amenable, another good second. I think that boy needs to win one soon. But he is targeting a Stradbroke as well. But it was a fantastic return. Now, I'm trying to find where he actually... Oh, I think he actually raced. But if I told you that Jimmy Starr ran on really well again, would that surprise you?
I didn't know he was even running.
I think he was running a Scone or something. But, he got pumped into, $3 favourite. And it's yeah.
No, I need to see it, bruh.
Yeah.
You can beat up on benchmark 78 horses for all you like, but it doesn't make you a Group 1 horse.
No.
Actually, the other race I did see was Opal Reach Scone.
Yeah.
Coming up here for a tiara, I presume.
Yeah.
Stradbroke?
Hopefully. Whatever it is, just keep it fresh. We've learned that from her. I think that was her 4th win from 5 starts fresh, and she's came 2nd or 3rd in the other start. So, 6-week let up into a tiara or 2 months, basically. That'd be perfect for her.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Now, Adam Annetts. Should Nolan be back on I Wish I Win? Personally, I think so.
Oh, I haven't changed my opinion on that.
Yeah.
If you listen to the podcast, mate, I said if J-Mac's available, you take J-Mac.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, from Josh Button's Shaw. Now, he was the one who was campaigning for these questions to come back. So he's a big fan.
Okay.
Is the Prince of Scone, Peter Snowden, going to take out the Doomben Cup in Huerta? So back to back.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Like
he came home really nicely last time.
He did.
He can 100% win.
Yeah.
What's the weather doing this week?
Let's have a look. I know this afternoon it's fine because I'm playing golf.
So the soft 7, was it like a shitty gluey 7 or was it okay?
Probably a bit more research needs to be done there.
Yeah, okay.
Like with what the jockeys were saying
right.
and everything. But like it was genuine enough.
Yeah.
And it's like this time of year, even though it was blue skies at Brisbane, it was like, 26 degrees or so. Like the mornings are cold enough for that to be set in stone, basically.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting many upgrades.
No.
Mate, max 23, sunny. Ditto on, that's today. Same tomorrow. Same Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So possible showers on the weekend, but it's like 1 mil. So it'll be a good track.
Yeah, good track. Yeah, good to see. Good to see. Doomben Cup, good track. Oof, Kovalika, I think. So there was a purchase by one Sneesby Racing, and the horse is called Middle Earth. Very well named. And you wouldn't understand the reference because it's Lord of the Rings. But so it's you recognise the name of the horse, Desert Hero.
Yes.
Races in the King's colours. Was in the market for the Melbourne Cup last year, but they didn't end up bringing it over. So it was in a Group 3 overnight, over like 2,800 metres in the UK, $1.60 or $1.70. Craig's horse, Middle Earth, which he owns with Kieran Maher. Kieran Maher stayed in this thing. Got jammed in from like 6s or 7s into $4. And, mate, honestly, like off the canvas, don't know how it won. Really? It was dead last on the fence and just grew a leg. And it's now outright favourite for the Melbourne Cup. Sneesby Racing. Bro could literally have like the trifecta in the Melbourne Cup this year. Go one better.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But yeah, this horse, it was some win. Tough. So O'Sheen Murphy, the jockey, said in an interview afterwards, he's just like, not many horses win from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, heating up.
Okay.
Heating up.
Love to see it. I think that's about it, mate. Like other things that I've learned, Shadows of Love, no longer a betting proposition.
In the bin.
She goes around these $3 quotes and she's not winning.
Yeah.
For me, Stapati, need to see him win again. He was pretty poor.
Okay.
Down the straight as well. Yeah, Jimmy Star, right? So I've got that race up. So Coast Watch wins. Now, that thing finished about half length away from Fall for Cindy, which the source found it again at $8.
Bang.
Mate, race 1, Son of Deck, wins at $8 by 4 lengths. So the source had a good day. I think 3 winners and a few placings.
That's good.
But so Coast Watch knocks off Amenable by Amenable was humming. But so Amenable second, Gravina third, who's no longer in Godolphin Silk, so you know that you put a line through them immediately. Kobe, one of mine, into 4th. Kinlock by 5th. Kalino 6th. Jimmy Star 7th. $4 favourite, beaten 2 lengths. Like that's the type of quality that he's going up against.
That's who he is though.
At this stage of his career, we need to see it's different.
Yeah. 100%. You won't have any of mine.
No. It's like, I don't think I've ever backed him, ever. So it's like, yeah, he's one that you need to kind of just put a line through.
Oh, 100%. Without doubt.
Abounding will win a race this prep.
100% she will.
She was wide. I'll try and find her race actually because it was a super run. And this will be the last one. Then we'll let you go, mate, because
faded. So faded, bruh. I reckon she's a little smarty abounding. I reckon she's a good horse.
She is good. I reckon it's the one I haven't seen. Yeah. I was helping the Brisbane Bully put some tips together. Having a meeting with him, and a Mer pops up at 50 to 1. I'm like, you don't see Godolphin with a $50 pop all that often, and then it wins.
Does it remind you of another horse in those silks? They come up here at big prices and they win races.
I know.
You always got to be wary of them.
That's a Mer.
Oh, geez, he's far back.
Yeah. So, it wins quite nicely.
I think it's gelding, isn't it?
Anyway, that's a bounding 3 wide.
Okay,
out there. Had the widest barrier as well, but she ran really, really nicely, and just doing it the tough way. Big baldy face.
Yeah, it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. So she was look at her come down the outside here. Absolutely tears him a new one.
I guess the nos.
Yeah, but look at her bounding there. Like, she will be winning.
Oh, 100%.
Like, that's one of the best thirds you'd ever hope to see. And she was $10 there. I think you'll get a price for her as well.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
All right, mate. So what's on the menu for you today? Just like a little kip and then...
Yeah, so I'm going to go home. Just a quick maybe 2 hours, I don't want to sleep for too long.
Yeah.
Just to pep me up so I can get through to 7 or 8 o'clock tonight and go to bed. I've visited the Colonel in Japan, so I have to compare. Just make sure that Australia is better. But no, mate, definitely recommend getting to Japan. I'm super keen to go back and do a bit more of the country. And if I just so happen to be there when the Japan Cup's on, if that just is what happens when I'm there,
stranger coincidences have happened.
Yes, they sure have. So Dooma Cup next week, Drifters. Let's get rid of Dooma and go to Eagle Farm.
Yeah, agreed. Unfortunately won't be able to be there. I'll be up at the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
Old man's turning 70, Drifters.
70?
70.
Shit.
I'll have to show you the gift after this real quick.
Yes.
Because you'll appreciate it.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right. We'll see you Wednesday.
See you, Drifters.